Whenever you're ready.
Oh my God.
Jessica! I've never been called a fox!
Dana.
That's a classy name for a Harry.
I like it classic.
Okay.
Do you?
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast.
Sure.
Out with the bad and in with the good, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Jessica.
Dana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast, y'all. My name is Dana Powell.
And I'm Jessica Young.
And we are here to rant and rave. Ooh, that wasn't too bad.
That was somewhat in unison. It just needed to be sped up about 10 times more on the record player.
I thought you were going to stop and I was going to go, Jessica! But you kept going.
I love it.
Jessica, I'm back in Los Angeles.
I was going to say, fancy seeing you here.
I know, right? It's a little crazy. I've been gone for a long time.
I know.
So I traversed across the country. My sister and my dad, my baby sister and my dad drove me and my son to New Mexico. Yeah. Where Dan Tipton picked us up and brought us home. And now I'm back. Part of me is like, I don't know. I feel like I just kind of jumped out of the pot into the frying pan.
You did.
I know. COVID is not going well in Los Angeles.
No.
But it's not going well anywhere in our country for that matter. So
correct.
We were sort of like cry laughing. We really, since we've lost my mom, we really wanted to try and take like a family trip for Christmas this year because we had done that. Our last like really amazing Christmas with my mother was we went down near Coronado here.
Ooh.
And got an Airbnb. It was called Imperial Beach. It's like this secret, lovely place.
Okay, this is crazy that you're saying this. I don't mean to interrupt, but you recently posted a picture, and I swear I looked at it, and I was like, I'll be damned if they're not at the Hotel Del Coronado.
Oh yeah, it was a picture I posted of my mom.
It's one of my favorite places ever, and I'm like,
that was where they were.
Go there? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. My mom and dad, many years ago before she got sick, took a trip down to San Diego and they stayed at the Del and they were there for like a week. It was amazing. They had the best time.
I love it.
So, but now we can't really plan like a destination Christmas because no one in the world wants Americans. And I don't blame them. And it's not super safe to travel. So, I'm just trying to figure out life, I guess.
No, that really makes me very sad because, of course, we want to be positive and we think, all right, yeah, it's going to be months, but it'll be okay and whatever. This is the first summer that we can't go to Canada to visit our family.
Right.
And the border is still closed.
Yeah.
So even if we were willing, because at one point we thought maybe we would drive, which is insane.
How many hours is that?
I mean, it would take us probably a week to get there. I'm being serious.
Oh my God.
Because
and then you could stay for 2 hours and then drive a week back.
Well, that's part of it too. And I know you know this from having to go back and forth. Like, it's like, we'd get there and where would we quarantine? We can't afford to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks.
Right.
We're not going to stay with family because we could have it, they could have it, whatever.
Yeah.
Quarantine for 2 weeks. That's your vacation time. If you're lucky, if you have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then what? Turn around and come back. Like, it's insane. But our plan is, maybe at least we can go for Christmas this year. And they're already saying the border ain't opening in September as they had thought. So
part of me thinks
insane.
So our friend Dennis Gubbins sent me the cutest little TikTok last night. He sends me animal videos a lot because we know I love animals. Yeah. And he sent me this little goat just like clumping towards the camera. Oh, so cute.
Aww.
Part of me feels like I need to get a bunch of baby goats, maybe some baby chickens, maybe a llama or a turkey.
Yes.
And maybe that's just my quarantine life is just surrounding myself with animals.
I think it's time to start putting the pressure on Dan Tipton again.
Maybe
that means I'll have to be the first one to post on his page, maybe be really direct, a baby pig. And say, I'm pretty sure that your wife could
use this
indebted and very happy if she had this creature.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, Ollie was really excited to see me for 2 minutes because he was like, she'll give me treats. And then Cutter just kind of hates everybody all the time. And then Lucy, she is Dan Tipton's baby. Like when he was working home for work, working from home and stuff, she sits on the bed with him all day. Like she's off napping now. She's like, you're not my dad. And then Murphy, she's a lizard. She's not really interested in cuddling. So I feel like I need more animals.
I think you might need a baby duck.
Oh my God.
That you can raise, because
I had a cousin that had a baby duck, and they're not as animal lovers as I am. So when he got older and they were tired of it, they tried to leave it at a park.
What?
It would not leave. It followed them. Like,
of course.
I want that. And they were like, I want something to love me unconditionally, Jessica.
Many episodes ago, you brought that adorable girl who adopted, I think the duck's name was Snowflake. And it literally thought she was his mother.
Yeah.
It was so cute. It was so loving. And my friend sent me a video this morning of a duck that keeps sticking its neck out so it can hug a dog. And the dog have become best friends. Oh yeah, it's like,
did you see my old college roommate posted a thing on my Facebook wall? I haven't been on Facebook very much, but I happened to see this and I was like, oh my God. Have you ever seen a baby platypus?
Yes, and it was so weird.
But it's the cutest thing ever. It's like a mini alien that I want to love and care for. It's the cutest.
I swear when I saw it, I was like, oh.
No. I was like, I need it in my face so I can kiss it.
Yes, I'm like, but Dana will want to adopt this baby.
When I was in Missouri, we were dropping off some cans that we donated to the American Legion so they could recycle them and get money. And there were 5 turkeys. I told you about this, right?
Yeah.
And I cannot help myself. I talk to animals, but I'm not Dr. Dolittle. I mean, I literally just talk to them. So I rolled down the window and I was like, turkeys, hey, turkey, gobble, 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 turkeys. And then you hear me at the end of the video go, they don't want to be my friend. Like I was crushed.
Well, I'm not joking. If it was open, I would be like, we're going there this Sunday because it's the only day that it was open when it was. There is a turkey at the Gentle Barn. Huge Tom turkey. And he loves nothing more than being spoken to and complimented. And when he's handsome, he puffs all his feathers up and he starts strutting around. And
I wish people could see you acting like a turkey right now.
His feet are turned in because his feet are kind of mangled. And he's like, it's amazing.
I love that you just said he's like, and then you did a turkey head bob as if our audio audience could see or hear you.
Oh my God. I know. In my mind's eye, you guys are.
I bet they are envisioning it
live.
Well, I just think I need 12 to 15 more animals for this pandemic just to get me through.
Yes.
Jessica, how was your week?
You know what? I have to say, it was definitely one of the better weeks since quarantine.
Good.
I, as you know, have not really been anywhere. I mean, I go to the grocery and I take a daily rage walk.
Yes.
I did some babysitting for a very close friend.
Aww.
I have seen them outdoors and they desperately needed help with their child, who I'm mildly obsessed with, as I am with all of my friends' children. And they happen to have a beautiful, very well shaded, very private front, more of a front yard than a backyard, but it's all completely hidden with hedges. So we had a little bit of Camp Jessica last week. I was outside with him all day, literally all day.
Oh, was it hot?
You know what? It wasn't too as hot as it was here, again, because of the amount of trees that they have on the property, and it's just well shaded and tons of grass and beautiful like flowers and whatnot growing there. It was totally bearable, and I'm not kidding. And once the sun was really hot, I would just kind of scoot chairs over into the shaded area. It was perfect.
Oh, good.
let him spray me with water. That goes a long way with a small child who finds it hilarious.
Yes.
He has a giant dinosaur that you can blow up, like with one of those electric air blowers or whatever. So I blew that up, and then the dinosaur shoots water out of his mouth. Like
cool. Yeah.
So it was actually really, really fun. I love arts and crafts.
Yeah.
As you know. And I realized I'm like, oh my God, I have all this fun stuff that I bring to Improv Utopia every year. I'm just going to bring like my box of paint and a few so we painted rocks. That ended up being a big hit.
Yes.
It was great. And then I shot a commercial.
I am so excited for you.
So fun. And we were talking about this a little in the green room dump. Yeah, very, very different experience than in the past. I'm saying that with love towards the production crew because this was new for everybody. And let me tell you, as you know, when you're shooting anything, you usually see the director and the producers and the whole crew and the cameramen and all that. It was a little bit surreal because we still had a set. It was a real set, right? But all of everything else, like in front of where the actors would stand, was tented off in plastic, and all you saw was the lenses of the cameras poking through. So you didn't see any humans. That was a little bit trippy. I mean, fine. Obviously, everybody knew it wasn't like it was shocking.
Right.
But it's weird, right? And then they'd have to run around the curtain if they needed to point to something or tell us something or yell. We weren't allowed to be around other actors. Normally, you're like chatting with people and you get to know the person at least for a couple of minutes before you work together. There was none of that. I mean, but I will say to their credit, it was really run so well and everything was so immaculate. And the minute we got there, before you even set foot into the soundstage, your temperature was taken. You were handed an N95 mask. Everybody's costumes had been treated with UV light and were sealed. And you went in a room by yourself and you were immediately taken then into another room. It was a little surreal, but very fun. I mean, we made the best of it. Everything was on a much speedier schedule than usual.
Yeah.
I mean, they always want to be expedient when filming, but this was really like, let's get a move on. I mean, that was kind of the vibe from the beginning of the day, but I take my hat off to everybody that worked on that crew because, it got real hot and everybody had to wear their stuff and nobody complained. And it was shockingly smooth for a COVID set. I hate calling it that, but
well, you looked amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yes,
really fun.
Yeah,
I know you'll
can't
love
wait
this.
to see it.
I know. I can't say what it is yet, but I'll say once it comes out. But my only thing that was sad, and this is just a personal thing, they don't give a crap. You're not supposed to be taking and they said no pictures, all that stuff.
Right.
But I'm sorry, the makeup artist did the most incredible makeup on me ever, and it's not what will be shown in the commercial. She did this insanity makeup. I mean, I looked like a freaking badass superhero. It was incredible.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't have my phone. I mean, everything was I brought one tiny bag. I'm the queen of bringing way too much shit. I was like, it's COVID. I better get my shit together. I took one tiny set bag, as I'd call it, and I left everything in there. I didn't touch it. So I didn't have my phone. And I'm like, God damn it. I wanted one picture.
Oh, you should have asked the makeup artist to take a picture of you and send it to you.
I know. They were on her so hard, though, about moving along. And they kept literally every 5 minutes, like, are you done? Is she done? Is she ready? And I know it was making her nervous. And I just kept saying, girl, do whatever you need to do. I'm fine, whatever. So I walk onto the set, and right before they start, somebody comes out, and when I say douses me, Dana, this was like fireman hose dousing of water in my face.
Why?
Directly in my face, because I needed to look real sweaty. They wanted it to look like I had just done something that would require, make me be extremely sweaty. And then I was standing there like this. And everybody's like, are you okay? And I was like, I can't, where you have that moment where you're like, I shouldn't say anything or I can't ask for anything. But I was like, can I have a tissue? I couldn't open my eyes.
Yeah, no.
Because all the makeup ran into
running
my
into
eyes.
your eyes. Yes.
And I didn't want to. I had a smile on my face and I had my eyes closed. And I was just like, can I have a tissue? So yeah, it was quite something. It was also quite something to see yourself in a different lighting after the fact and realize, oh, I didn't realize that's how I looked in this outfit. Okay.
Well, I think you looked great.
Okay. You didn't see the bottom. Even with you, who I would pretty much show anything to, I was like, I think I'm just not going to send the full body shot to Dana.
What if it goes viral?
It's going to. It's for their social media campaign.
Well,
and I might be turned into a sticker.
Great. I want that sticker. Whatever. Here's how I feel about it. Good for you for working during a crazy time. So this is how I feel. Jessica shot a commercial. Jessica shot a commercial.
You're so sweet. It really was so exciting. Honestly, and I will tell you this, they always say leave it at the door, like leave your audition there. You did the best you could. It's out of your control now. I really believe that. I know that's true, but it's very hard to believe that in your heart. And I am the queen of belaboring. Like, I would rather somebody call me, whether it's an hour later or a day later, and say, hey, I'm sorry you didn't get it. And here's why, which we're not ever going to find that out. I'd love to know. But you don't hear it. You never hear that. One exception to that, did somebody call me after a job, which I really appreciated. But after a week had gone by, I was like, it was just something I really wanted. And I'm like, you got to let it go. Like, what is this serving you? So I decided that my way of having closure was emailing the casting director a week later and saying, hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate the opportunity. Hope we get to work together in the future. And she wrote me back and said they still are, waiting on a few things and I should know more tomorrow. And I thought, well, isn't she lovely, trying to blow some smoke up my rear to make me feel better? But yeah, I get it. I know I didn't get it. And by God, a day later, she called me to tell me that I booked it. So,
yay!
You never know, and you do just have to let it go into whatever the universe, the cosmos, whatever the heck you want to call it. And then if it's meant to be, it happens, right?
Absolutely. Now, I will say there are some things we just can't let go. And the only way to let go of it is to rant it out.
That's right.
So, Jessica, are you ready to do some rants?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we know that our problems in comparison to everything going on in the world are nothing, but things just get on our nerves sometimes, and we need to talk about it and get it out. So I'm first this week, correct?
You are.
This is a rant from a listener, and listener, I am on your side.
That's okay. I knew you would love this one.
So there's things in my life that I find unacceptable. Okay. One of them is poop wind. You may call them farts. Unacceptable. Zero tolerance. Not necessary unless you're in the bathroom. Okay. The other thing that I do not like, and I realize we have to have them. We have to have them. But if we didn't need them, I'd probably cut mine off. And that's feet. I cannot stand feet. And I don't have ugly feet.
You don't. You have cute, tiny feet.
I just don't like them. I never have. And my mom always told me it's because she played that stinky feet game with us when we were babies. So she would put her feet in her face because my sisters don't like feet either. None of us do. And she would put her feet and go, ew, stinky feet. Ew, yucky. And we would laugh and laugh. And then she'd put our feet in her face and go, ooh, stinky feet. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Well, parents, games like that can damage because I hate feet. So this listener said, feet on social media. No, thank you. This is from a listener. My rant is about feet. Yes, feet and social media posts. Exclamation point. This may not ever make an episode. Oh, it is making an episode, and I'm hard in your corner. Hard in your corner. But I know after I write this, I will feel better. And I believe that's true too. That's why we got to rant things out. Thank you in advance. Posting your feet in social media is, to begin with, unnecessary. Agreed. I have a friend who, if you looked at her Facebook page, you would see 80% of her posts are about her feet, not her kids, not social awareness, but her nasty feet. Feet at the beach, feet on the couch, feet comparison, feet. Dr. Seuss wrote a book called The Foot Book, and I promise you, Seuss, this is not. Why? Nobody needs to see bony, callousy toes. Okay, that made me gag when I first read it. I was like, not only are you accosting people with one of the uglier parts of your body, but also you have bony, callousy toes. What's wrong with you? You hide that. You hide it. Okay. None of us are keeping track of the number of times you've broken one of your lower appendages and then compared the swelling to the other. I definitely don't want to see your injured feet.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'll look at a mangled gash all day. Fascinating. But I don't need to see your yeah, like if somebody cuts themselves, they're like, oh, hey, I got my arm caught in a machine. Okay, I'll look at it. That's interesting. But I don't need to see your sprained toe and know if it's twice the size as the same toe on your other foot.
Seriously.
We are not put on this earth to judge your need for a pedicure. You gross. Please stop. Please stop asking us. I'm sorry, but this person, who would ask if they need a pedicure? I'm going to tell you something. You could have soaked your feet in coconut oil and lard and they could be soft as a baby. And I'm still going to tell you, you need a pedicure. I'm sorry. It's gross. Ugh. The close-ups and descriptions of mangled feet leave me feeling completely at a loss every single time. Sure, I could block you, but am I the only one who thinks this display of foot art is unnecessary? No, you're not.
Foot art.
What is a friend to do? Help! Love a foot frenzied fan. Okay, listen. I hate feet. You are not Tarantino. You ain't making movies that are changing film and just happen to have an obsession with giant women's feet. Okay.
Why haven't I been cast in a Tarantino film? If he likes big feet, I knew he liked feet. I didn't know he liked them big.
Come on, you can't tell me that Uma Thurman's walking around on tiny tugboats. When I see her feet in his movies, I'm like, holy cow, I could use her feet as pedals. And listen, she's beautiful. I could use them as paddles. I could go kayaking with her feet. And she's gorgeous. So I don't mean to insult Uma. I'm sorry. It's just that God gave us some things on our body that we just don't need to be sharing with other people. Like, I'm sorry, I've never found dongs to be the most beautiful part of a man's body.
Oh my God.
Okay. Nobody's posting pictures of their dong on the beach and their dong on the couch. Because we've all decided, no, we wrap that up in underwear.
I think it's because we've all decided because it's pornographic. That's
potato, patadong, okay? We also made socks to cover up those ugly walk tools.
Holy crap. Walk tools. I'm dead. I can't with you.
Feet are gross. They get dirty. As you get old, they're the first thing to dry out and shrivel up. Like, even your body is like, I'm not wasting resources on these things.
Oh my God.
Don't post pictures. You can post pictures of your kid. You can post pictures of your trash can for all I care, but I don't need to see your feet. It ain't cute. It ain't cute. The cutest possible ever is if I see the tip top of your little toenails painted a pretty color in a bubble bath, and I better not see a full toe. That's the only way. Now, baby feet's cutest thing ever.
So cute.
But if you're a full-grown adult and you got feet that are more than 3 inches long, hide it.
I cannot wait for Alan to hear this so he can go nuts and then further be on your side about
really?
Things.
Dan Tipton loves feet. He tries to touch my feet. He wants to look at them, and I yank them under my body. I can't handle it.
You know what? I wish that we were famous enough to be eligible for celebrity wife swap because I'm his woman and you're Alan's. Okay. I've begged my husband, and I mean begged, like when I have walked sometimes for 12 hours a day at a trade show or something, and I literally come in like somebody with bound feet, okay, walking like a half dead willow tree. And I'm like, I'm literally begging you, can you please rub my feet? And he not only makes an immediate retching noise, like he's dry heaving, he very angrily and very matter-of-factly says, nope.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. Not now. Not ever.
No, because you have been hard on your feet and they're sweaty and they're disgusting. Guess what, Jessica? Don't ask your life partner to rub that nasties. You go on Amazon and buy a foot bath.
I washed them.
Nope.
They were clean.
I don't care. I don't care if you soaked them in bleach. I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want anything to do with them.
I am horrified at people even just looking at my feet when I get a pedicure, but I hate people that post a picture of their pedicure. You are gross. I don't need to see hangnail getting dug out.
Ew, what? No, that person wouldn't be my friend anymore. I would legit rather watch you dig a botfly out of your leg before I would watch a video of your feet. At least the botfly's interesting.
How bad? I mean, do you like pedicures, or you don't care for people touching your feet? You get it, but you don't love it.
I get it because I don't want my feet to be more hideous than what feet naturally already are. But I don't like my feet being touched. And as a result, they're very ticklish, which often makes people extremely angry when you go to get a pedicure.
They know better. I mean, it's been almost a year now since I've had one, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, I'm that person who cackles like a hyena.
And I accidentally yank my foot away from them, which really makes them mad. So I have said, I don't need the callus scrub. I just bought myself, well, actually a friend bought me one of those diamond roller sandpaper things. And I just grind down if I get a callus, which I never go barefoot. I don't even run around barefoot in my house. I wear hot socks. I cover them because what if I leave them uncovered? Dan Tipton's going to stare at them.
Oh, so he actually has a foot fetish.
Yeah, he loves feet.
Well, maybe he can start photographing them and you guys can make some money during quarantine because there's a lot of people that'll pay good money to see those little tootsies.
Okay. Do you know how many times in my life I have, this is so awful to admit, but it's the honest to God truth. Do you know how many times I've thought, well, maybe I could either sell my dirty panties or my dirty socks on Nasty Bay and fund my own film or something? Because people buy dirty panties and dirty socks. Yeah. But then I realized if I've sold my dirty socks, then I also have to foot model. There was a Modern Family episode about that. Did you see that one?
Oh, foot modeling? Oh,
yeah, where Alex was like selling her dirty. Luke had convinced her to sell her dirty shoes. Yeah. And we could go to the dollar store or Dollar General and buy real cheap little tinnies. And then you could sweat in them as much as you want.
Gross.
And then sell them to a weirdo.
So my friend won an obscene amount of shoes on Let's Make a Deal. Yeah, you heard me.
Okay.
She won $5,000 worth of Sam Edelman shoes in her size.
Oh my God. And did she have to use them all at once? Use it all or can she for the rest of her life?
They shipped her like 60 boxes of shoes.
No, you don't even get to pick what you like?
No.
Oh my
And
God.
she was freaking out. She goes, I need shoes. Like, I need a hole in the head. I needed a freaking car is what I needed.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she said, now I'm going to have to pay tax on these
shoes
GD
that I would have never bought. Yeah.
So she spent a lot of time photographing them. They were brand new, tags in the box. She's like, never been posted them. Let me tell you something. She sold, I think, 3 out of the 60. I'm not joking.
Boo.
And of course, when she'd go to like Wasteland and Buffalo Exchange and all that, they want like even fancier brands. They don't care that they're brand new. They were like offering her $10 a pair. She's
what?
Like, I'd rather give them away to a shelter for free.
She paid more in taxes than that.
She's like, I'm going to give them to a shelter then. I'm not making $10 on these shoes, which are anywhere from $80 to $300 a pair.
Oh my God.
So my point of telling you this is she was posting a bunch of pictures on eBay and I don't remember where else. She started getting a whole lot of messages, and it wasn't from ladies interested in buying the shoes. It was from perverts who asked her if she had worn the shoes. Could she wear them? Could they send a picture of just her foot next to the shoe and all of that?
And you know what I would have said? If the price is right, sure.
That's what I told her. I'm like, girl, I think you've met your calling. She has like tiny, dainty feet.
Yeah.
You need to capitalize on this. I mean, my feet look like Shrek, or I sure as hell would have done it in her place.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I did a little research and I looked up some girls that do it. They get cute little sockies with lace on them. Sometimes they'll show just the bottom of a Catholic schoolgirl skirt and then their shoes, right? Like they're laying on their side or something. I mean, there's an art to it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, it's a pandemic. I may revisit that. I don't know. But you know what I won't do, Jessica? I won't make my friends stare at those pictures. You're going to have to seek it out on Nasty Bay. I'm not putting it on my social media.
Please don't.
Yeah.
And that goes for everyone. I'm not saying you. I'm saying everyone. Do not put your feet on Facebook. Ugh, I
don't like it.
Instagram pages dedicated to feet.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Because there's and listen, whatever floats your boat, you're not hurting anybody if you like feet. I just happen to think you're gross.
What about people that like their toes being sucked on? Or I guess like doing that.
No.
You couldn't pay me to do that.
I wouldn't. Stink. I don't care how clean you are. In between those toes, at a certain point, it's yuck. And you know what I don't want getting in there? Your slobber drying and smelling like mouth stink between my toes. I don't want it. It's so gross.
So disgusting.
Anyway, I guess we should move on, but I just want this listener to know you have a friend in me because that's unacceptable. And I mean, good for her for having the strength not to block that friend, because I feel like I would mute them.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I'm going to try to not get too heated with my rant.
Oh, why not? I did.
Real fresh on the mind because it just happened 2 days ago. Okay.
Oh boy.
This is in regards to ordering something online as it was pictured and written with a lengthy description that matched the picture. And then the product that was received, not by me, the recipient was my sister-in-law. I sent her a gift for her birthday, a gift of flowers. Looked nothing like what I picked online.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nothing. I was furious. Okay. So, like, I will say this, you know, FTD, which is like the National Floral Whatevs. I am not being mean, but FTD is not exactly known for its gorgeous arrangements.
Beautiful. No.
I'm sure there's exceptions, but it's okay. And this wasn't FTD. This was a different company. So I was like, cool. This is great. And they find a local florist, whatever. Because I had a hard time. I kept looking up flowers and where she lives, and it was just kind of all over the map.
Also, we have high tastes because in Los Angeles, we have the most amazing flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I hate to say it, but we do.
Yeah.
And like, I remember once I sent my mom flowers for like a special birthday, and I found a florist in Boston, and it was exceptional. And they had a gorgeous website, and her arrangement looked exactly as what they were showing.
That's what you want.
It was a pricey, fancy plate, right?
Right.
So anyways, with this, I get a text from her early in the morning. She's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Just received your flowers. They are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't want to be gauche and be like, can you send me a picture?
I would.
Luckily, she happened to just include a picture. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing red because they didn't look anything like what I got. And I am going to show you a picture, Dana. You guys will have to wait. It will be shown. And then I'm going to read you the letter that I wrote to this company. Okay.
Oh, boy.
This is what I selected.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was really pretty.
Really lovely.
Keep that in mind, right?
Yeah.
We've got some succulents. We've got snapdragons, roses, lilies.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they sent. Okay. Maybe I need to zoom in so you can see the dead lily that is in the forefront of it.
Oh.
It is so ugly. Okay.
Wow.
Not being mean, to each his own, to the eye is in the beholder. It ain't pretty to me, is what I'm
definitely
telling you.
looks like I could have went out of my backyard and picked those and put them in a glass jar.
Thanks. Thank you. I should have consulted you.
There was no succulent either. Is there?
No. So this is the letter that I wrote because I'm the queen of being livid about something, and I get all fired up and I bitch about it for 5 minutes and then I don't do shit about it. I just let it go. I didn't let it go. I immediately got online. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hello. The flowers I ordered for my sister-in-law's birthday were delivered today. They were a surprise, and she called to thank me. I asked her to send me a picture of them. I was completely shocked at what she received.
At this point, whoever's reading it's like, we got ourselves a Karen. We got ourselves a Karen.
Yep. Number 1. And I numbered my bullet points.
Good.
The arrangement she received looks, and I used capital letters for this word, nothing like the Southern Peach bouquet you show on your website and that was shown with my order confirmation, because they send you back a fancy email with the picture attached. Okay. Number 2, nowhere in the arrangement is there yellow flowers of any kind. The arrangement she received is half yellow with giant yellow carnations. 3, there is one lily, and you can see in the picture was half dead when it was delivered. Number 4, there was a random giant iris sticking out of the top.
Yes, there was.
Number 5, there are no snapdragons, no small white flowers, no succulents, no Dusty Miller, no silverleaf, or anything else in the online description and picture as shown. Number 6, the roses are orange and not peach. Number 7, in the picture on your website, you see the stems in the vase. In the arrangement she received, there is a dark green, what looks like a fake leaf wrap with visible perforations lining the vase.
Ooh.
Number 8, the arrangement my sister-in-law received looks like something from a hospital gift shop. Number 9, I am extremely upset and disappointed. I am embarrassed that this is what she would think I chose to send to her. Number 10, I called customer service and spoke to Karitza, who told me I would receive a 30% refund. 30%?
30%?
For something that is completely different and not what I ordered? That is not good enough. Why aren't you contracting a different florist and having them deliver what I saw on your website and chose to buy? Last but not least, number 11. If this florist didn't have the right components, which is more than apparent, then they should have let you know, and you should have contracted someone else who could make the arrangement as close to what is shown as possible. I hope to hear from you very soon regarding this.
And did you?
I did. We'll see what and if they come through with. So she told me I was getting a 30% refund. I wasn't trying to
Great.
be
That paid for tax.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thanks.
exactly. The delivery fee alone was egregious. I said, I don't want that. I said, I'm not trying to be a creep. I'm not telling you something wasn't delivered, but what I ordered was not delivered. I want the correct arrangement delivered to the recipient, period.
Or a refund.
I don't want my refund. I want you to send the correct flowers.
Oh.
You're going to love this, Dana. I received immediately a very generic standard thing from just customer service, not even someone's name. And it let me know that they have included a $15 gift certificate for my troubles to use for a future purchase. Well, Dana, you know where that put me in a tailspin right back to? My biological assault. Remember when I got vomited on the airplane? And you know what my consolation was from Air Canada? A $25 gift certificate
Jessica,
to use towards a future purchase, which is never going to happen because I'm never flying with them again.
Okay, but honestly, though, they did give you free maxi pads to soak up the vomit. As women, we don't get free anything. And they did give you free maxi pads.
Oh my God. And coffee pod filters to absorb.
No, but also, what on earth could you possibly buy for $15? I'm sure what you ordered was not cheap.
No, and there is no arrangement that's $15. Are you kidding me?
No.
The delivery fee is $15. That doesn't include the tax, the service fee, or the price of the arrangement.
Yikes.
I was livid. Now, I'm going to try to take it back to a positive place because within the same week, I had an outstanding customer service experience. My husband and I went to a local brewery that we love. We ordered a bunch of stuff. We went to pick it up and I noticed that something was different. Like it was like after the fact and we had already started drinking it. I went back to speak to this guy and I'm like, hey man, I had listed everything as it's numbered on your site and I don't know what this one is, but it's not what we ordered. And he goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Our website was not updated as to the list that we have in our tap room, which is for pickup only. Like you walk up to the counter, everybody's pre-done it, or you order it, stand to the side, they can it really quick and then hand it to you. The guy couldn't have been nicer. We love them. I wasn't like trying to be angry. I was just like, I'm really disappointed. I just want to let you know you guys should update the thing.
Yeah.
What did he do? Didn't ask for what we had back, which I was prepared to give back to him. He gave us one of their tip-top specialty things, 2 of them, I might add.
Wow.
There's only one mistake for our troubles and apologized profusely and said, I really hope this makes up for it. I said, makes up for it. You just freaking made my day. This was not expected. You couldn't have been nicer. And I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to tell people to come to you guys.
Yeah.
Because I've only ever had good experiences here. And you just really made my day. I wasn't asking for anything free or even a refund. I was just annoyed and thought, update your website. Well, no, they more than made it right. In my eyes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beware.
I've had that flower incident before too, because I would send my mom flowers for like her birthday or Mother's Day. And I do have a certain level of expectation when it comes to flowers. And I spend a lot of time online. And if it looks a certain way, I've chose it because of that. And then because they would use a local florist, they would say, well, we just didn't have those flowers, so we had to substitute. And I'm like, no, then you shouldn't be selling it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or then you find another florist. And my God, this is what I've always said when I've had issues, both as somebody in like the retail world for work or as a consumer myself. You know what you got to do? You pick up the phone or you send an email and you say, hello, Miss Powell. I am so sorry. We can't get that. Yeah. We cannot create this. This is what we can do. And you could either go, you know what? That's fine.
Great. Or no.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just spare everyone the saurus, as we say in Yiddish, the aggravation, if you will.
Oh my, the saurus? Like a thesaurus?
No, it's just saurus. It's like, the aggravation. Like, I don't need this kind of saurus in my life.
Oh my, I can't wait to use that on a daily basis.
But I was really mad.
I would be too.
She was so gracious. She was like, no, they're beautiful. I'm like, no. And she's somebody who gets arrangements that are so spectacular that I was just mortified. I'm like, oh, God.
It's the thought that counts, Jessica. Yeah. Okay, Jessica, we should definitely take a cleansing breath.
We should. And I'll tell you one quick thing that I just thought about. Look into a company online if you're not familiar with it. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, part of it is because there's places that have great reviews that I would not send a mortal enemy to, like restaurants that are vile, things like that. But I looked up this company afterwards. I saw nothing but scathing reviews.
Oh, no.
I just couldn't. And almost every one of them said arrangement looked nothing like what I ordered.
Oh, no.
So do your research, people.
Yeah, even when it comes to things that are naturally pretty.
Okay.
Well, we like to do a cleansing breath. We say get out all of our rants and our aggravation about how much we hate feet and blow it all out. Just get it all out. And then we're going to fill up with some goodness. Yes. So if you're by yourself, feel free to scream it out because I think we could all use a few screams right now. But if you're not, just still breathe it out with us because it'll feel good, I promise. So let's take a deep breath in and oh my God, can I tell you? I have a girlfriend that sent me a video and I love her to death. She's awesome. And she has these 2 giant singing bowls. Which in my lifetime, I've always felt like, that's stupid. Why would anybody care if their bowl could sing? Like, come on.
Oh my God.
So she sent me a video of her doing her singing bowls and she like chonged on them first and then made them sing. And then she had little ching ching cymbals. I've watched it at least 7 times. It's so lovely.
See?
It's so relaxing and so like I just breathe to it and pretend like I'm in her beautiful space. She has such a beautiful space and it's full of plants and stuff. It's lovely. And I'm like, do I need to get a singing bowl?
Are you having an affair with my husband?
No. Why would you say that?
Because he now listens to meditation sounds, apps, whatever you want to call it.
I do too.
And his favorite is singing bowls, Dana.
No, I didn't know that they had those on apps.
I'm going to have to ask him what it is. But like, I'll go into our spare room sometimes and he'll be laying there with the lights off during the day. And I'm like, oh, I'm startled. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were sleeping. He's not a napper. And he goes, what? And he gets annoyed, takes out his headphones. He goes, I'm meditating. I'm like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, good for him.
Singing bowls.
No, my friend's singing bowl. She's got one smaller one like this, right? But then she's got a giant. You can't see because my screen's not big enough to encompass.
It's that big.
Really big, yeah, and it's beautiful.
Like one wood.
Yeah, she's got 2 stickies, and so like in the beginning, she does a little dong, 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 like knocking around the bowl, and then once the bowl starts vibrating, then she can do her.
I want to see it.
I'll send you the video. It's so lovely. This is also one of my girlfriends. I have a group of girlfriends. Shout out to Laura. I call her Niecy, but Denise is her name, and Rachel. They've been so good to me since I lost my mom. But they recently sent me a pack of essential oils, like aromatherapy for like emotional times. And I'm so into it. I
love it.
I feel like as I'm getting older, like I used to be such a sardonic young person that was like, hey, what are you talking about? You know what I want? A beer and to sit on my porch. Yep. Now, anything that brings me like a moment of peace where I'm not like, is my kid falling? Is he eating right? Did I have enough vegetables today? Are my feet dry? Like anything that gives me a moment's peace, I'm super into. And so now I'm like, I might need to buy a singing bowl, but I think they're expensive.
No.
No?
See, if things were open, I'd take you down to Venice Beach right now.
Oh, man.
Because so many there's like my favorite little store from Nepal there sells those.
Oh.
They're not outrageous, seriously, but I'll have to think of a place more local to us that has. I guess you could order it online.
I guess I could, but I feel like it's definitely going to be more expensive online. Because then they prey on weirdos like me that are like, they're like, this woman thinks she's going to get peace by making a bowl sing. But I do.
I'm looking forward to your first album release. Dana does kalimba and singing bowls.
Thank you. And Alan can play the little cha-cha cymbals. Ting.
Yep. And his mouth harp.
And his mouth harp, yeah. And then we'll go. Then we'll go do our archery, and our day will be done. All right. Well, we better get into corners. I feel like I'll talk your ear off if I don't keep moving.
No. Okay. Well, before you do your corner, we have a quick corrections corner.
That's right. Yes.
And if you guys follow us on social media, you would know that I posted a picture of what admittedly I thought without question was a massive tarantula.
It looked like it.
It was insane. And I'm like, what the hell is a tarantula doing in Missouri?
Yeah.
And one of our lovely listeners commented, just FYI, it's not a tarantula. It's an impressively sized wolf spider, though. I love spiders and studied them. Love the podcast. You ladies are so much fun.
Yeah.
So thank you, because she sent that, and then it was kind of like a chain reaction. And then we got quite a few eight-legged experts.
Really?
Yes.
People were pretty upset at our mislabel.
Well, these were all like private messages they sent through DM, and they all said that is not a tarantula. That's a wolf spider. So we were really in the dark.
It was giant, brown, and furry. So to me, I was like, nah, tarantula.
And had that big bulbous abdomen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it was very well. And my Missouri family wanted to stomp it. And I was like, no. So I just put it over the fence and let it figure its way out. Because I was like, maybe it's just scared and like frozen because we scared it. I don't know. It wasn't dead when I found it, but it didn't look well.
Was it in the gazebo?
It was in the wood. We were putting together a gazebo and I was living in the wood. Yeah. There was also that baby praying mantis in there too.
Love praying mantis. I think they're the cutest things.
It was so cute. Also did not want to be my friend. It ran from me so fast.
He did run very fast.
I was like, hi. And then he shot off like a bullet. I've never seen a praying mantis move that fast.
It was hilarious.
He's like, this monster is going to eat me. Well, thank you for correcting us. We're always willing to be corrected. And now I know that I also would like to not meet a wolf spider as well.
Okay.
Yeah. No, thank you. Moving on to corners. I'm up first. This is a what the what corner. Lost ring turns up wrapped around a plant months later. What kind of voodoo is this? Okay, so this is from UPI.com. It was from very recent, July 30th, written by Ben Hooper. Thank you, Ben. A ring that slipped from a Maine girl's finger, Maine is in the location, not like she's our main squeeze, while she was planting a garden, turned up 9 months later, wrapped around a piece of garlic. Madison Cooper, 12, said she lost the ring while planting garlic in the Chewonki Foundation in Wicasset in October. What are all those places? Somewhere in Maine?
I think it's Native American names.
Oh, I probably said them all wrong. Sorry.
I can't pronounce half the things I read either.
The ring had been a gift to her grandmother, Lenita Perry, from her late grandfather in 2012, and Perry had given the ring to Cooper after the grandfather's death. Oh, it was so sentimental. It was a Valentine's gift from my husband back in 2012. She really wanted the ring because her and Papa were really close, so I gave it to her, Perry told the TV station there. When she told me she lost it, it was heartbreaking, but things happen and it wasn't her fault. That's very sweet. My mom would have never let me forget it.
Thank you. Same,
The family never expected to see the ring again, but 9 months later, Hannah Marshall, a Chewonki Foundation outdoor educator, was harvesting the garlic and spotted something shiny on one of the plants. I was sent out to harvest the garlic, and I pulled up one of the final plants, and I saw something shiny around the bottom, and at first I thought, oh, it must be trash. She said she was shocked to see it was a ring wrapped around the plant. It was a total coincidence that the garlic kind of captured the ring as it grew through the straw that they helped put down. Through the straw that they helped put down? What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe that's a word for the top of garlic, scapes or something. I don't know.
Oh, boy, another corrections corner is coming. Perry said the ring's return was a good omen. When the call came, it was 23 months after the day that he passed away. So it was like an omen. It was meant to be. She was meant to get that ring back. Isn't that so sweet? I love that it was. I love that because I do think that was just kind of like a reminder of like your grandfather loved you.
Totally.
Here's this ring, but I don't know. I think it's so lovely.
I love it. Let me tell you something. I lost a ring off the side of my cousin's boat in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm pretty sure I'm never going to see that ring again.
That is not growing back on some garlic. I'm sorry.
But I love it because I'm picturing that the garlic, like the top shoots of it grew up and the ring was over it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I wish there was a picture.
I know.
There wasn't one. But also, like, how did they even figure out whose ring it was? I guess maybe she had reported it or something. But with that much time passing,
yep,
like that ring was meant to get back to her.
I know. And
I feel like her papa helped find its way back to her.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so sweet.
I love it too, because when I used to work in the store, we would have people drop stuff literally out of their pocket, out of their purse when they're getting a wallet out. But also sometimes people would remove their own jewelry to try something on.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like if they normally wear a ring on a certain finger, they'd put it on. So like, I can't tell you how many times I found people's sunglasses. It's like sunglasses, who cares? Phone,
Right.
I'd go through and try to find something that said mom, dad, or look at the last person they called. But when I'd find someone's jewelry and then you're like, I don't even know that lady's name. I hope she calls.
Comes back or something.
We had a drawer. It was like ongoing. And like once in a while people came back, but a lot of the time I think people don't know where they lost it. And they figure it's a lost cause.
I told you that my middle sister lost her wedding ring in Vegas once.
Yes.
But that she got back because people are so superstitious about bad luck that they don't steal things like that. Isn't that incredible?
No, that's amazing.
I think generally speaking, people want people to find their lost items, especially when they're sentimental. But you're right. It's hard if they don't know where they lost it and you don't know who they are. Ugh. Well, I'm so glad she got that ring back. It's so sweet.
Too. It is sweet.
And I love that it like came out from the ground in I don't know. There's just something like a rebirth or a remembrance.
Yes.
I don't know. I love it.
I think it's beautiful. That's a great way of putting it. I totally agree. Well, this is another fun kind of feel good corner. I don't know if you saw this, but this did make it onto our local news. And then a bunch of people picked it up, including Tank's Good News. Which
I love him.
This is by Patricia Grisafi. Senior citizens under quarantine make remakes of classic album covers. Did you see any of these?
No, I haven't. I saw when you sent the outline, but I haven't looked at any of them.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay. So the first, what I just showed Dana is this fabulous lady who has what do you call it? What is the word I'm looking for?
Not reenacted.
Whatever. She's embodied Ziggy Stardust. Why can't I think of what the word is?
It's not recreated? Recreated.
Recreated. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Have you developed a new hobby during quarantine? I bought a paint by numbers project and gave it up when I realized it requires patience I don't possess. In North London's Sidmar Lodge care home, senior citizens and caretakers are dabbling in photography. The care facility, which has been under quarantine for 4 months, has been spending their time recreating classic album covers, and the results went viral. It's so cute. In a tweet, which now has over 130,000 likes, Sid Mar Lodge's activities coordinator, Robert Speaker, posted a selection of side-by-side shots showing famous album covers next to the recreated versions. Some of the albums are Adele's 21, Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA.
Born in the USA.
The Clash's London Calling, and David Bowie's Aladdin Sane. The pictures have been tweaked to be more personalized to their subject. For example, the Adele album cover transformed into Vera 93.
Amazing.
How cute is that? Look at Grandma doing the one from the Clash cover.
Oh, that is amazing.
Look at Grandpa.
So cute. Doing Bruce.
It's so... I really love the one of the lady with Adele.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, these are amazing. And honestly, this caught me like that project that we talked about last year with the person who did the Pantone of like trying to find every skin tone on the planet.
Yes.
This to me should be like literally a traveling museum exhibit. It's love it.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's really, really cool.
And what a fun activity to do with seniors and to engage them and make them feel really special. Get their makeup done, their hair done, a little bit of fantasy.
And the photos are beautiful.
Yeah. I hope more people do fun projects like that with them.
I know.
I really do.
I love it so much.
I love it too. So thanks, Tanks.
Thanks, Tanks. Good news. Okay. Well, you know what? We didn't tell anybody how to get a hold of us. Should we take a pause and maybe do
funny?
that?
I thought about that. Yeah, sure.
You can find us. We want to hear all your good news stories. We want to hear the things that aggravate you. We want to hear really anything going on with you because we're all stuck inside our houses right now.
Please.
So you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at the Rants and Raves podcast. You can email us at you can email us. Our email address is the rants and raves podcast at gmail.com. We also have a website, www.therantsandravespodcast.com. Good Lord. This is why I'm supposed to write this all down and read it because I can't remember a thing. My brain's a toilet. Anyway, you guys, we also have Twitter at raves_the. But just find us on social media.
Just Instagram and Facebook.
It's just the easiest, right? Yeah. So get a hold of us if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and go into rave number 1.
Do it.
Everlane is what this company, I guess, is called. Everlane donates. It's a human collection, it says. Everlane donates $5 for every purchase in this collection of tees and sweatshirts to an organization that fights for human rights. It currently supports 3 organizations, ACLU, Equality Now, and the Human Rights Campaign. So we'll go ahead and post a link to their website and stuff, but it's everlane.com.
So when you sign up, by the way, I have not owned one myself. I don't mean to interrupt. I've felt one of their sweatshirts. They're beyond.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at their website. You can sign up for 10% off your first order. Plus you can claim first dibs on all the new products. Okay. So if you go to their website and you can go to the bottom and click About Us, their motto sort of, or I guess that's not what you call it in business. What do you call it? Their mission, they say, we believe we can all make a difference our way, exceptional quality, ethical factories, and radical transparency. At Everlane, we want the right choice to be as easy as putting on a great t-shirt. That's why we partner with the best ethical factories around the world. Source only the finest materials and share those stories with you down to the true cost of every product we make. It's a new way of doing things. We call it radical transparency. Our ethical approach. We spend months finding the best factories around the world, the same ones that produce your favorite designer labels. We visit them often and build strong personal relationships with the owners. Each factory is given a compliance audit to evaluate factors like fair wages, reasonable hours, and environment. Our goal, a score of 90 or above for every factory. So they have you can play a video of a scene from an LA factory. Every Black Friday, we donate our profits to improve the lives of people who work at our factories. You can learn more about that. At Everlane, we're not big on trends. We want you to wear our pieces for years and even decades to come. That's why we source the finest materials and factories for our timeless products like grade A cashmere sweaters, Italian shoes, and Peruvian Pima tees. Good Lord. Let me say something too. I used to be, what are they calling it now? There's a term. Is it hot fashion or something like that? Where it's quick made, bad quality, trendy clothing, right? And I've always kind of been like, well, I have to keep up with the trends because of what I do, whatever. But I'm telling you, if you spend the money on good quality, solid pieces that are made well, they will last forever and you can switch them around and have you don't have to do the hot fashion, I guess is what I'm saying. A friend of mine on Instagram has actually been saying she's sort of like poo-pooing hot fashion now, and she's thrift store shopping again and finding classic styles, solid colors. I think it's great. So I love that they're like, hey, listen, we're being radically transparent. We're trying to find the best quality, good sourced things. We also want to make sure that workers are getting fair wages. And, even if it's a little pricier, we want you to wear these things for decades. We're not about it falling apart in 6 months and you having to come back and buy something new from us, which I think is really, really great. We believe our customers have a right to know how much their clothes cost to make. We reveal the true cost behind all of our products, from materials to labor to transportation, and then offer them to you minus their traditional retail markup. So they have stores, but, probably most of us would have to look online. They show all of their products. They talk about their careers within the company. You can look at that too. Yeah. So check them out, everlane.com. They have a lot of different things.
They do.
It's not like you can look by featured, you can look by apparel, shoes, and accessories. And then they have a section too that's trending this week. So like one is the $18 organic tank, the $58 perform legging. Now listen, I've always been like, whatever, I can buy a pair of leggings for $3 at Walmart. Listen, people, it's a pandemic. I want some nice, soft, comfortable leggings that are going to last, and I don't have to buy a $3 pair every week.
Okay.
There's a summer shop. Yeah, and their website is lovely, by the way. They have men's and women's things. And they're also, you can change the country you're looking in too. So they're an international company. So if you live not here in the US with us, which I don't blame you for not, you can still check them out. Again, that's everlane.com. They have an ethical approach to getting us things that we need on a day-to-day basis for clothing, etc.
And I do love the whole idea of the 100% human.
Yes.
I love that is their choice for what's on the clothing that they're giving the part of the proceeds to, because that is what everyone is human.
Yes,
doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Your makeup is. We're all 100% human, whether we're black, white, or anything in between. So.
Male, female, it doesn't matter. What your religious beliefs are, none of it. We're all humans.
Correct.
So I love that. Thank you, Jessica, for introducing us to that.
Of course. I'd like to have one of them French Terry sweatshirts right about now.
I know, right? I'd love a nice, it's 175 degrees out and I'll still take a cashmere sweater.
Thank you.
I like that their stuff is designed to last. I feel like we don't have a whole lot of that in society right now. We're all about mass production, quick, and keeping up with trends. And I like this kind of going back to, no, let's make good quality stuff, sustainable things. So anyway, everlane.com.
My rave for this week, I came across from my cousin who actually lives all the way in St. Croix or St. Croix. I think it's St. Croix. Let's face it. At least that's the way we pronounce it, right? That is one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. And I have so much respect for her and actually envy her greatly, because several years ago, she made the plunge, took the leap to move there. Like, it was her dream. She is a total beach bum. And I say that with love. Beach babe, whatever you want to call it. She's like, I want to be at the beach every day possible, right? Like, she loves being in the water. She loves tropical weather. She loves everything about it culturally. She loves the music. She loves the people. She loves the food. And she's living her dream. And
I love it.
I told her, I'm like, I wish that I could do something like that. It's amazing. She used to work in advertising, I believe. Alyssa, if you ever hear this, you can correct me. But she left a job in San Francisco many years ago to follow her passion of making jewelry. And that is what she has spent her life doing. She also, I will give her another shout out. She used to teach here and there. I think she was a substitute teacher, but she now sometimes on the island will, and this is before the pandemic, she would volunteer and go to a school and like work with kids and teach them how to string beads and do jewelry making. Cool. So I love that. She's always trying to give back. And she has a new project with Jasper Jewelry. It's one of her favorite healing stones. And she got all of these exquisite pieces. I think there's 40 in total. I've already chosen mine. I looked last night. I was like, oh, right? So pretty. They're so pretty. And she is going to give 10% of every single necklace that is sold to Meals on Wheels America. Yes. And she said, I'm so excited to finally launch this pandemic project. It's been months in the making. It started with a quarantine creation back in March. The seed was planted and has been growing ever since. I chose hunger as the cause because I'm passionate about it, and hunger is a global pandemic just like COVID is. While there are many wonderful organizations out there, I specifically chose to donate to Meals on Wheels America because of their incredible mission, which not only provides food to the elderly, poor, and veterans, but adds a social element of companionship as well. Since elderly are high risk, most have been pretty isolated from their families and their community. Each meal that is delivered comes with a personal visit that they can look forward to. I love that. I did not know that about them.
I love that too.
The only certain thing during such unprecedented times is the uncertainty. It's safe to say we are all enduring the same storm on very different boats. Each human experience is different than that of the next, and we can all view this craziness through a different lens. I hope we can all agree it's time to help heal humanity, even if it's just one meal or person at a time. There are multiple intentions and symbolisms in this pandemic piece, which I'll briefly explain, and you can interpret the rest. Each piece of jasper, and then she has on her site, which we will post, you can read about the incredible healing properties, is one of a kind and represents different parts of the earth, the globe, humanity, etc. And it says the smaller piece is at least 6 chain links apart from the main piece, representing social distancing and in some cases isolation. So I thought that was really cool that she did that. You select the larger piece, the jasper in the center, and then there's a smaller piece off to the side.
Yeah, that's cute.
I thought that was a neat little touch that she did. And she said, I will donate $10 per necklace, and that's it. You can either choose it in copper or sterling silver. So again, they're not only gorgeous. If you're in the mood to treat yourself to a piece of jewelry, it's also something that would make a lovely gift. But again, we are loving anybody that is giving back in any way.
Yes.
And she is a one-woman show. She makes everything by hand. She actually, I think, is extremely reasonable for what she does. And again, I'm just always marveling at how much she tries to give back or volunteers her time a lot and things like that. So I really appreciate her efforts in trying to donate what she can and bring some awareness to Meals on Wheels.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah. And her company is called Alyssa B Custom Jewelry. And she has an Etsy shop and a website.
Yeah. And she has pictures of a lot of her stuff on Instagram too. Yeah. Very pretty stuff.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes.
Jessica.
Dana.
I think that's our show.
I think it is.
So 2 minutes later, do you want to tell people how to get a hold of us?
Yeah. Yes, please, for real, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Rants and Raves Podcast. You can always see fun things that we post there. We love things that people share with us. And we get a lot of DMs there, which are a great way to communicate with us. And sometimes if you catch us reading it at the moment, we even have conversations with our listeners back and forth, which is always fun. And thank you guys for everything, for continuing to listen. Please don't forget, if you haven't already, if you're all in the mood, you can always give us a rate or a review on.
Yes, please. It helps other people find us.
It does. It keeps us in the mix of things because there's a million things out there these days. So if you are so inclined, please do. You can email us at the rantsandravespodcast@gmail.com. And you can also do it directly through our contact button on our website, www.therantsandravespodcast.com.
Don't forget to cover your feet and your dongs. Each week I try to think of like a weekly point to ponder or something I'm really loving. You know, I've really been an advocate of TikTok. You guys, what if we lose it? I don't know what I'm going to do.
I've been thinking about you nonstop ever since you had already warned of that, but I've been reading a lot about it.
It's getting really severe. And for me, like the way I've built my news feed and my For You and everything, it's the happiest place on the internet for me. Like when I get sad, I go to TikTok. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yes. But so this week I'm going to go ahead and switch around. Oh, I did watch a really good movie on Hulu. If you're like me and during a pandemic really want to like dive into the fear, I love scary movies. And I watched a Kate Bosworth movie called Domestics, where there's like total upheaval in the world and there's the Plowboys and they're trying to get to her family and whatever. It's pretty scary and weird, but that's not what I'm bringing to the table today. I wanted to go ahead and leave you with a weekly point to ponder. During the pandemic, especially since the summertime and school is out, I have let my child play more video games than I probably should. And I was feeling very guilty about it, but he loves it so much. Like he wants t-shirts, you know, and he's doing a lot of the old Super Nintendo things because it's on his Switch. And he's also really into like Donkey Kong and, you know, old school stuff. Right. So I'm like, well, maybe that's not so bad. So here's something for you people out there to ponder whether you play video games too long or your child does. I want to make you feel a little bit better and then we'll get out of here. We'll be back next week. Jessica, it's always lovely to see your face and talk to you.
Great to see you.
Here you go, guys. Surgeons. Now, they're pretty successful, right?
Yeah.
Surgeons who play video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster and make 37% fewer errors. So the way I read that is, I'm training my son to be a surgeon. You're welcome.
A robotic surgeon.
That's right. Yes. I'm a good mom. Okay, everybody. We'll be back next week. Bye.